Hey, it's Cindy, and today we're exploring how laughter can help with depression. In this video, you will learn who it's for, what the research says, and how you can start to reap the benefits straight away. If you would like to create a business that you absolutely love and a lifestyle that you truly desire, then do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I post a new video every Wednesday, and my videos are always packed with helpful tips that you can action straight away. The aim really with this video is to show you how laughter could really be the best medicine in the case of depression, and maybe help someone to stay off antidepressants or just not get depressed in the first place, because the kind of stuff that I talk about here is what keeps me well and has helped me to avoid depression for 3-4 years now. Now, I've done two other videos already about laughter, one about the physical benefits and one about the mental and emotional benefits. So I will make sure I link those for you, and do go and check those out if you haven't seen them already, because there's lots of great info. But for now, let's just crack on with part one, which is who is this for? So when I got into the research, I was looking at a really good article in Psychology Today, which I think was one of the top results when I started Googling and looking into this. And basically what it said in this article is, first of all, if you're attracted to this, if this is something you've clicked on, if you're watching this video, then you're likely to be the kind of person that this will work for, because you're already in that mindset of looking for something to help you, and you are already interested in things in laughter. So if you've clicked on this video, if you're watching it now, then already you're the kind of person that this will work for. Also, some of the research has shown that people who are stressed out but have a good sense of humour, much less likely to get depressed or anxious. Now, there was a caveat to that, which is that there is a correlation there, but it's not necessarily a cause. So what that means is stressed people who have a good sense of humour are less likely to get depressed. Is that because they laugh more, or do they laugh more because they're less depressed? So there wasn't a clear cause and effect that could be shown. However, some people argue that everyone can benefit from laughter, and anyone who's got any kind of depression can benefit from some of the benefits that laughter gives us in terms of changing perspective and things that which we'll go into in a second. So who it's for, anyone can give it a go. Anyone can give it a go. If you're watching this already, it's very, very likely to work very well for you. And even if you've heard about this some other way and you weren't kind of looking for it, then you will find that laughter will probably help you feel a lot better. So that's who it's for. Let's move on to part two, which is some of the research that I found. So one interesting thing I found out is that, well, mind body's one system, and there's a communication between our mind and our body. And what's interesting to note is actually the communication from our body to our mind is about 80% of it, and about 20% of it is from our mind to our body. So what that means is if we do something in our body, that sends a message to our mind and is likely to change the way our mind is, the way our thoughts are, the way our beliefs are, and our mental and emotional state. And therefore that's why these kind of things work, because you're changing your physical state, and that will help your mental and emotional state. So I thought that was a really interesting and a good point to share, because sometimes we tend to think that to fix an emotional problem, we have to deal with the mind all the time. But in fact, 80% of the communication that goes on between our mind and body is from our body to our mind. Therefore, if we can do something with the body, then it'll have an impact on our mind. So I thought that was a really good way of explaining how come laughter can have such a good effect. With people who have depression, what they found is that by practicing laughter regularly can help them feel like they're regaining control. Because a lot of the time when we're depressed or really stressed or anxious, any of those emotions, it's because we feel like everything's out of control and we don't personally have the control. So by doing this laughter, it helps us to feel like we're in control. And I found out that within 45 to 90 seconds of starting to laugh, which isn't very long, these neurotransmitters that make us feel good all start to flow in our body. So it happens really, really quickly. So we can have a really quick effect on how we feel, which is brilliant because you don't always want to be doing something for ages. So even just having a quick laugh, it's good to know, is going to get those neurotransmitters flowing and help us to feel better. One of the things I found out is that when we tell a joke, especially if it's about a shared experience or problem that we know that other people have also experienced, which is what a lot of the best comedy is all about, that observational stuff. When we tell a joke like that, it helps us to feel a sense of belonging, being part of the group, which is very important to us as humans. I've talked about that before in videos here. And it helps to negate those feelings of being alone or alienated, which often come along with depression. And I remember when I was feeling very depressed, I did feel like I was on my own and that nobody else could possibly understand how I felt, and that nobody else was feeling exactly how I felt, and that I couldn't reach out to people. I kept myself to myself, and I was careful to, if someone did get in touch with me, I would always reply, I would always respond, but I found it really hard to reach out. I couldn't text my friends, but if they texted me, I would text them back. So by telling a joke especially as I said, about a shared experience or problem, it helps a depressed person to feel like they belong. And then it overrides those feelings of being alone and alienation, which I thought was a really powerful benefit for depression from laughter, because I do remember that feeling very, very well. Okay, so by laughing, and I mentioned this in one of our other videos, it can help us to see things differently. If we can see a problem and laugh at it, we can get a different perspective. We can maybe just let it go, not get so het up about it. If we can laugh at ourselves and stop taking ourselves so seriously, then things that go wrong, they don't really matter. So what was happening just before I came on live today is my computer was telling me it had no internet. So I was racing around checking the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was fine, getting my phone ready to use as a mobile hotspot just in case, and then restarting my computer, and it's a bit slow to start because it's getting a bit geriatric, and waiting for it to come back online in time to do the video. And it could have been very stressful, but I was just having a little giggle to myself about it all, really. And I did have a backup with my mobile and everything, but it could have been a very stressful situation if I'd let it be. However, it wasn't, because I just didn't take it too seriously. I thought, well, never mind. If I can't go live at 9:30, I'll go live as soon as I can. If I can't go live at all, I'll record something and upload it. No one's going to die. I'm not a brain surgeon, so it's all gravy. So it can help you to see things very, very differently if you're able to just take a step back and have a little bit of a laugh about it. And yesterday I was playing around on the internet. I found on YouTube a video of a laughter yoga session. So I watched and followed along with the laughter yoga session, and it was good fun, and I did feel a bit of a prat, but it was nobody was in the house, so it didn't matter. And one of the things was to visualize a problem that you had or something that stressed you out recently, and then just laugh at it. And it was surprising to me how quickly it just made that problem into a non-problem. It just didn't exist anymore, and all the stress went away, and it was great. So let me know if this is helpful to you, and if you have ever tried doing something like this, laughing at a problem to make it not seem such a problem, or is that just your natural set point? Who knows? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. So the other bit I found about it, which we kind of know, most of us know, is that our mind and our body can't tell the difference between fake laughter and real laughter. Again, I've talked about this before, and I'm sure that Sharon talked about it in our interview back last year, all about laughter yoga. So I'll make sure again that I link that for you wherever I'm going to link it. And in that, she was talking about the fact that our body can't tell the difference and our mind can't tell the difference. So even though you might not feel like laughing, just by making the sound, and that gives you the same experience in your body, then you will get the same benefits, even though you don't really mean it. And the beauty of it is, the more you do it, the longer you keep it up for, the more likely you are to actually start laughing for real. So by the time I got to the end of this laughter yoga video, which started off feeling really, really awkward, I was actually laughing for real. or not just by the end, but during as well. So fake it till you make it. In this case, absolutely does work. Faking the laughter will make you get the same benefits as actually laughing at something. So that is the research that I was looking into. I will link the article, but if you just Google laughter for depression, you will find so much information. There's such a lot out there, and if you are interested in that, then do some research, because you can find out loads. Okay, so that was part 2. Let's move on to part 3, which is how to reap the benefits. Again, we've mentioned this in quite a few videos already, which I'll link, so you can check those out. And I will just recap some of those in case you haven't seen those videos, and I'll add a few more. So one of the things that I like to do is I've mentioned this, is to look up on YouTube my favourite comedians, one of which is Tim Vine, because he's really quick to get me laughing. And that's also what I was doing yesterday afternoon. I got told off my VA. My VA, Sam, told me off for not concentrating and for having too much fun, which was good. I always like to be told off for having too much fun. So look for your favourite comedian, watch some of that if that gets you laughing. Funny cat videos, funny animal videos. My favourite animal video, oh gosh, completely off topic, not really, but is the talking dog, the one who his owner's like taken all his food away, giving it to the cat. And he's really upset by it, that one. Maybe I'll link that too. That is my favourite funny animal video. It makes me absolutely cry with laughter every time. You can also watch your favourite funny movies. It's really good to watch your favourite ones because you like them, and just absorb it and have fun and just enjoy the familiarity, but also the laughs along the way. Another thing you can do is to fake it, as I was saying. So you can find out about laughter yoga, there's laughter wellness and laughter therapy. Do some Googling, find out about those things. Laughter yoga, there are tons of videos on YouTube, just look them up. Shut yourself in a room somewhere and follow along to the video, follow the instructions, and you'll find that you can get all those benefits from laughing, and you'll get a good 15-minute workout. It felt great. You don't need to wear special clothes. You don't lie on the floor and do stretches like yoga. The yoga part comes from the breathing exercises that you do in between and at the start. And at the end, there's a nice laughter meditation as well, which was nice and kind of relaxing, but also funny. And it was just a really, really good experience. So I do recommend checking that out, or find a laughter yoga class near you and go along and share it with other people. Feel like you've had a great workout. Your stomach muscles, you've worked them. You can feel that you've done a workout. There's a few sort of stretching up with your arms and stuff, which makes you feel like you've stretched your back out and everything. And it just felt good. It felt good in my body, and it felt really good emotionally. So I really do recommend checking out laughter yoga if you can. Do some research. If you have got depression, mild or even not mild, and you want to try this out, then just do some research and have a go and see how you feel, because I do think it would be a really good help to you. And I wish I'd found this back when I was really poorly, because it would have really helped me. But now it's the sort of thing that keeps me really, really well and keeps me bouncing back from adversity. So I hope that's helped. I hope that all of those tips will inspire you to go and do some research for yourself and look it up and maybe give it a try. Have a bit of a laugh, make yourself feel better, because the world needs us all to be feeling good and being out in the world doing our stuff, not feeling alone and alienated and sad and it's not how we're meant to be. And if you're suffering from depression, then you don't have to be. There's stuff you can do to help yourself, and this is one of them. Make sure you watch these videos next. They're all about laughter and how it can help you benefit physically and mentally and emotionally. And if you like this video, do please give it a like and make sure you subscribe so you get my new videos every Wednesday. So thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you in the next video. Have a fabulous day.